I had just hit the button on my garage door opener when this ear-splitting shriek ripped through the morning. Honest to God, it sounded like someone was getting murdered across the street. That's my car. He's stealing my car. Someone call 911. And I'm not talking about just any random voice either. That was Patricia Brennan, my HOA president, queen of the pink bathrobe ruler of our little slice of suburban chaos, and apparently now self-appointed siren of the block. There she was, stabbing at her phone with those long acrylics hair still up in curlers, bouncing like popcorn, just spinning circles on her front lawn like a one-woman tornado. Her coffee mug went flying seriously caramel streak across her pristine grass, the whole scene straight out of a sitcom. Now for context, my name's David Holloway, and I'm the kind of guy who alphabetizes his tool rack for fun, no joke. I sweep my garage so much you could probably serve Thanksgiving dinner right off that concrete. I work from home as a software consultant, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm around all day watching every flavor of neighborhood drama unfold. And Patricia, she's drama on two legs. Ever since I outbid her precious son at a public auction for this mint condition 2019 BMW 5 Series, oh yeah, that exact car was parked right there in my garage, the blue paint shining under the LED strips I put in last summer. She's been circling my house like a hawk at feeding time. I mean, it took me 3 years of penny pinching, coupon cutting, and putting off any fun to get that car. When I finally rolled it home, felt like winning the lottery. But you'd think I'd stolen the Queen's jewels the way Patricia started acting. At first she tried to play nice, showed up at my door with a tray of cookies, flashing a smile that I swear never once made it to her eyes. "Oh, what a coincidence," she chirped. "I ordered the exact same model. Should be arriving any day now." "Uh-huh. Right." Then came the not-so-subtle offers. "If you ever want to sell that car, David, I'll pay exactly what you paid. No questions asked." Every single time I'd just smile and say no thanks. Told her the truth, been searching for that exact car for months. I wasn't letting go. Patricia does not do well with rejection. Not one bit. It started with a letter HOA violation, apparently for leaving my garage door open for excessive periods and endangering the entire neighborhood. You want to guess how long? 7 minutes. I was unloading groceries, for crying out loud. Then another notice, a warning about unsightly vehicle storage causing visual pollution. The car was inside my garage with the door shut. Then the kicker noise ordinance violation for automotive maintenance. My crime checking the tire pressure at 2:07 p.m. on a Saturday. It just kept getting more ridiculous. I got cited for reflective surfaces capable of blinding motorists, translation sunlight bouncing off my garage window. Then she claimed my driveway needed resurfacing because of microscopic oil spots so tiny you'd need a CSI kit to even see them. And the pièce de résistance. She tried to get the HOA to pass a rule requiring all luxury vehicles, read my BMW, to be registered with the board for insurance purposes. Funny, only applied to my street. Guess whose address was the only one highlighted? So that morning, I'm just trying to make my 9 a.m. downtown meeting. I grab my briefcase, hit the remote, and as that garage door creaks up and the BMW's grill starts to peek out, Patricia comes flying out her front door bathrobe, flapping, waving a stack of papers over her head like she's leading a protest march. "Stop him! He's taking my car. That's my brand new BMW. It was delivered yesterday." I have the paperwork right here. I just stood there, both hands up, like, "Lady, come on. Patricia, this is my car. I bought it at the county auction 2 weeks ago. You've seen me driving it every day since." But nope, she's not hearing it. She's already wailing into her phone, telling the 911 dispatcher I hacked her garage door opener, stole her car in the middle of the night, and moved it into my garage. Now there's real tears Oscar-worthy. What she didn't know, I'd seen this coming a mile away. After her third bogus violation, I installed security cameras crystal clear every angle of my house inside the garage too, and I keep every scrap of documentation. auction listing cashiers, check bill of sale title, you name it. I've got a folder that would make the DMV jealous. 10 minutes later, 2 police cruisers roll up. Here come Officers Morrison and Detective Walsh, already looking like they'd rather be anywhere else. Patricia's across the street, practically on the ground, now waving her arms, telling anyone who'll listen that I'm running a car theft ring. She even claims I stalked her emails to find out which BMW she wanted, then stole it before she could drive it. Yeah, that happened. I walk up, both hands open, calm as a pond. Good morning, officers. There's a misunderstanding. This is my car purchased legally at auction. All the paperwork's right here. I pull the folder from the glove box and hand it to Morrison, who starts flipping through it. Meanwhile, Walsh takes Patricia's statement as she keeps insisting she has proof, a printout of a BMW web page. Turns out it's just the build your car configurator, not even an order, just a fantasy shopping cart. Officer Morrison runs the VIN on his laptop, Patricia still spinning wild tales about how I hacked her. Couple minutes later, Morrison says, "Ma'am, this car is registered to David Holloway. Purchased at public auction October 15th. Registered and insured in his name since October 17th. No theft report. VIN's clean. Never been connected to you." Patricia's mouth just falls open. She's searching for something to say anything at all. Then, no kidding, she goes for the nuclear option. She stands up straighter, fixes her robe, and says, "Well, the HOA has special provisions for community property reassignment in cases of safety concerns. As president, I have the authority to requisition any vehicle that poses a threat to our standards, and that car's too fancy for him. He's probably into something illegal." Even Detective Walsh is struggling not to laugh. "Ma'am, are you saying your HOA can legally confiscate someone's car?" Patricia nods. Section 47, subsection C. Any property inconsistent with community harmony can be reassigned by board vote. I held an emergency vote with myself this morning and it passed unanimously. I swear I saw Morrison bite his tongue to keep from laughing out loud. Finally, Walsh goes full serious. "Ma'am, you need to understand you called 911 with a false report, made fraudulent ownership claims, and are asserting legal powers you don't have. These are serious offenses." Patricia starts to unravel. "I'm not lying. I deserve that car more than he does. Do you even know who I am? I've been president for 15 years. He's nobody. He just sits at home pretending to work." She's pointing at me, practically shaking. "Ma'am, that's enough," Officer Morrison says, voice sharp. "Making false police reports is a crime. Trying to use your position to take someone's property is a crime. You need to come with us." Patricia's face goes sheet white. "You can't arrest me. I'm the victim. Check his garage. He probably has a dozen stolen cars in there." I just say, "Go ahead, officers. I've got nothing to hide." I open the garage, BMW gleaming next to my old Honda Civic, every tool perfectly hung. Patricia points at my Honda wild-eyed. "That one's stolen too. No one owns 2 cars unless they're a criminal." That's when Detective Walsh finally snaps. "Patricia Brennan, you're under arrest for filing a false police report, attempted fraud, and misuse of emergency services." She tries to bolt back to her house, but her slippers go flying. She stumbles across her yard and Morrison just catches her by the arm. By this time, half the block's out there filming on their phones, getting the whole walk of shame. Patricia, the almighty HOA president, marched out in handcuffs right across her own perfect lawn. She's shrieking, "This is a misunderstanding. I'm being framed. Call my lawyer." They guide her to the squad car. She twists around to glare at me. "You haven't won. I'll sue you for everything. The HOA will ban you. You'll never park here again." Officer Morrison just closes the door, her voice muffled as the car pulls away. Walsh hands me his card. "Mr. Holloway will need a full statement. And keep those HOA letters good evidence for harassment. You might want to consider a restraining order." 3 months later, I'm sitting in the back of a courtroom watching Patricia finally get what's coming. Turns out the police dug deeper. She wasn't just harassing me, she was embezzling HOA funds to finance her luxury car habit. Suddenly, all those desperate violation letters made perfect sense. The judge didn't pull any punches, called her out for gross abuse of power and blatant disregard for the law, weaponizing her position and emergency services for personal gain. Patricia stood there shrunken down to nothing, dressed in a boring gray suit. No more pink and pearls, just pale and shaking. The judge listed it all out: false police report, attempted fraud, criminal harassment, and hit her with 18 months in prison, 3 years probation, 50 grand restitution to me for damages and legal fees, and get this banned for life from serving on any HOA board. The gavel came down so hard she almost collapsed. "This isn't fair," Patricia sobbed, eyes wide, voice tiny. But everyone in that room knew it was more than fair. It was long overdue. Now tell me, if you were in my shoes, would you have stood your ground or just sold the car and kept the peace? Where's the line between standing up for yourself and just letting the neighborhood bullies win? I'd love to hear your take. Drop your thoughts or your own HOA horror stories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you think justice finally caught up to the right person this time.